Good day, learners. Welcome to Innovated Mathematics Reading Instructions Session 8. This session is all about reading and understanding word problems in mathematics involving division operation. At the end of this session, you are expected to identify the keywords and phrases in word problems involving division operation and translate mathematical phrases to symbols involving division operation. Let's do this! Word problem number 1. Raymart has a collection of 550 marbles. He wants to put them in jars. He can put 22 marbles in one jar. How many jars does he need to put all the marbles? To understand the word problem, we first identify the keyword for division, and the keyword is put. So this put is actually similar to the word distribute. So the 550 marbles will be distributed equally to jars. But the problem is, how many jars does he need to put all the marbles if one jar can contain 22 marbles? So the mathematical phrase that can be extracted from the problem is distribute 550 marbles to jars. Take note, each jar should contain 22 marbles. So to determine now the number of jars, we simply divide 550 by 22. So the final phrase is 550 divided by 22. In symbols, that is 550 divided by 22, or 550 over 22. And that's now the representation of the real life situation according to the problem in symbols. Word problem number 2. Bianca bought 20 postcards during her trip to Korea. She spent a total of 500 pesos. How much was each postcard? To understand the word problem, we first identify the keyword for division. And the keyword is each. And what is the mathematical phrase that can be extracted from the word problem? That is, divide 500 by 20. Why are we going to divide 500 by 20? Take note that we are asked to find the amount of one postcard. And there is actually a total of 500 pesos spent by Bianca for that 20 postcards. So what we will do to find the cost of each postcard, we simply divide 500 by 20. In symbols, that is 500 divided by 20. And that's now the representation of the cost of postcard. Word problem number 3. XYZ School's 11th and 12th grade classes are planning a joint field trip. There is a total of 495 students in these two grades and only 45 seats per bus. How many buses will be needed to fit all the students? To understand the word problem, we first identify the keyword for division, and the keyword is per. But take note that not all keywords per indicate division. It can also indicate multiplication. But in our word problem, the keyword is per and it indicates division. And the mathematical phrase that can be extracted from the word problem is 45 students per bus. Take note that one bus can only accommodate 45 students since a bus has 45 seats. So one student per seat. So 45 students per bus. And since there's a total of 495 students, what you will do is to divide 495 by 45 to determine the total number of buses that will be needed to fit all the students. So again, 495 divided by 45 is now the representation of the total number of buses that will be needed to fit all the students. Word problem number 4. Jack had many extra hockey cards, so he decided to give the extras equally to his 6 friends. If he gave away 48 cards, how many cards did each friend get? To understand the word problem, we first identify the keyword for division. And the keyword is give equally. So meaning to say, we're going to distribute. Distribute the 48 cards to the 6 friends of Jack. The phrase is give 48 cards equally to 6 friends, or distribute 48 cards to 6 friends. So the word give equally indicates division. So we're going to divide 48 by 6. So 48 divided by 6 is now the representation of the number of cards each friend of Jack get. That ends session 8. I hope you have learned something from this session. Now, let's practice. Kindly access the Google form below this video. Happy learning!